One take, one shot SmackDown review. This is the series in which I do it all in one take, one shot immediately following the said program. That way, you know that I'm not influenced by other reviewers. This is all my gut reaction, my visceral reaction. You know, sometimes you wake up in the morning and you're like, maybe it wasn't as bad as I thought. Well, I don't get that luxury. So here is my review. We're going to talk about this U.S. title because it was on the line. Sami Zayn has opened the U.S. challenge back up. However, that's not even the big news of the night. Yeah, Julia, she defended her title. Haha. Now, okay, she did, but that's not the big news. AJ Lee has returned, and let's talk about that after I talk about the giveaway. I'm trying to quit my day job. I need 20,000 subscribers. If I hit 30, though, that's when I'll quit. 30 is the magic number, but at 20,000, I'm going to give away this belt right here. All you got to do to win is comment below, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification, and you can win said belt. All right, let me put it down real quick. I'm still here. One take, one shot, can't edit. All right, so she returned, AJ Lee. Man, I did not think it was going to happen. You know, they always say, that WWE fired, that they fired CM Punk on his wedding day. Well, you know, they also, AJ Lee, they fired her husband on her wedding day too. We always look at it from CM Punk's perspective on how bitter and mad he was at WWE, but what about AJ Lee? Maybe she has some sour grapes too, but she returned today. Couldn't believe it, and I love it. AJ Lee, I've always, you can go back on my channel. I challenge you to find where I did not say that AJ Lee has always been my favorite. Her and Bianca Belair, they're my two top women of the division. I'm probably going to put Becky in that now. I might have a three-way tie here, but like, yeah, hey, you know what? That's even crazy that now we can actually have them fight each other. Becky, Bianca, AJ Lee, this is a dream come true for me. I've always felt that AJ was like, she was in the wrong era. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that the Divas were trash wrestling, but I am going to say that the Divas, maybe not, wrestling was not as important to them and their division as it was when the women's revolution came about. And I really do firmly believe that Emma, Paige, and AJ Lee were the precursors, the prologue to the women's evolution. They were the prototype. AJ Lee, Paige, and Emma were the prototype of the four horsewomen. And I've always been very, very sad and disappointed that AJ would never get to experience a women's Royal Rumble, a women's evolution, a women's Money in the Bank match, all those things. Now, I don't know if she's here just to beat up Becky Lynch or if she's here for, maybe a couple more matches, but you know what? She's only 38. She's only 38. So she could go. She looked great tonight. I do admit though that, it's one thing to look really good for a couple spears and punches to the face, and it's a whole different story to actually go in the ring because, wrestling is one of the biggest cardio drains on the body, and so we shall see, but she looked really, really good tonight, and yeah, we got it. I can't believe that I'm this hyped for a mixed match challenge, but I am. AJ Lee is back. Her and CM Punk are now the Macho Man, oh yeah, and Elizabeth of the modern era. So yeah, I'm happy. I don't really have much to say on that other than, all signs pointed to her coming, and then she came, and I was excited for her arrival, and then I was excited after her arrival. They didn't do anything stupid. It was very straightforward, and it made perfect sense. They didn't have her turn heel on CM Punk. They didn't have her get beat up by Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, because yes, that would have got heat, but we didn't want that. We're in Chicago. We just wanted her to get her comeuppance on CM Punk because Becky Lynch did that thing again where she slaps CM Punk, where she puts her head in his chest, and yeah, it was great. It was amazing. It was perfect. So AJ Lee, she's back and she's great. We'll talk a little more of that segment earlier, but I just wanted to get that out there because I've been waiting 10 years to really talk about AJ Lee. I had to get it out, but so welcome back, AJ. Happy you are here. And if you've never experienced AJ Lee, you're in for a treat. She's really good. She's really good. Is she the greatest of all time? It's hard to say that now because we've experienced the women's revolution, but back in the day, I think she was top tier. Now she's equal to the other women. That's how, like, but think about it. There were no equals back then. No shade. There's always someone who's the best, in my opinion. Back then, she was. So let's start off because this SmackDown starts off pretty hot as well. The crowd is cheering. John Cena comes out. John Cena says, "I've got nothing to say. I just wanted to come out and just say I love you guys." He didn't say I love you, but he was just basically just saying, just coming out to come out and just say that this is great. The tour, he wants to soak it in. We're supposed to forget about that stupid heel turn, and I wish I could. I wish there was a Men in Black thing where it could just be like, just Elimination Chamber to the night before SummerSlam. Bloop, gone. I don't remember nothing. John Cena, what a face. Wish he would turn heel, but yeah, no, John Cena just comes out and it's amazing. And then Sami Zayn comes out. So I'm going to say this. I thought the match was great. I thought the match was a great match, but I just don't know about this booking. It made sense. There was no inconsistencies in storylines, but I'm very conflicted with this match because it was an amazing match. So let's Sami Zayn, he comes out. He says, "John Cena, you meant a lot to me. 10 years ago, I challenged you on my roster debut for the U.S. title. And now here I am, full circle. I have the U.S. title." And he says, "Can I restart the open challenge?" My first thoughts is this. Sami Zayn is already pinning everybody. If he restarts that U.S. open challenge, that means he's literally now going to be pinning everybody. So there's positives to it, but I would almost rather it be Dominic Mysterio doing the open challenge. I get it. He's a heel. He can't. But what about AJ Styles? AJ Styles, I think, would have been a better person to do an open challenge. But it's Sami Zayn. So now Sami's about to beat everybody. But let's just not worry about that tonight. Tonight we're just John Cena. And he says, "John, I want you to be the first guy that challenges me for the title." And then he's like, "I want to do it tonight." And I will tell you this. They were booing Sami Zayn. Now, you could say that they were booing Sami Zayn because A, it's Chicago, and Chicago does whatever Chicago wants to do, and B, it's like whoever was going to face Cena, they were going to boo. That could have been, like, maybe not CM Punk or AJ Lee, but anybody else, they were going to boo him. But that said, Triple H loves to tout how he listens to the crowd and only the crowd matters. Same with Bruce Pritchard and Nick Khan. But, yeah, so, like, people were booing Sami Zayn. But they get the match. The match goes, and it's a great match. It's a phenomenal match, even. But my problem is this. Like, couldn't we have given it to someone else? Like, they are just cramming Sami down my throat so much that I am starting to not like him. And I will say, "Oh, I love Sami, but now I'm like, I'm starting not to like him because they're just cramming him down our throats." The dude kicked out of 9 finishers. Sami Zayn kicked out of 9 finishers. Don't believe me? I wrote them down. AA, STFU, ankle lock, ankle slam, clothesline from hell, spear, Edge's spear, not Roman's spear, GTS, and pop-up powerbomb. That's Kevin Owens. Yeah, he kicked out of 9 moves. And then he was also given a super AA, but then Brock Lesnar came out, and Brock Lesnar gives him an F5. Like, Sami Zayn took 11 finishers tonight, and he's going to have no battle damage next week. I'm sorry. It's like I did not like when they did this to Rhea Ripley. You know why everybody hates Rhea Ripley right now? It's because last year she was so OP. I kept saying, there was one moment in in War Games that 3 people were holding Rhea Ripley while Liv Morgan hit her with a bat. and that's what they're doing with Sami right now. They're making him so OP. I didn't like when they did it with Damian Priest last year when he just mopped the floor with the Judgment Day. Like, couldn't we have given this rub to somebody else? I get it. It was SmackDown, John Cena's 20th or his appearance. John Cena debuted in Chicago, and so he's coming to Chicago. Sami Zayn's on the blue brand, but when was the last time we really cared about the draft? And it's like, did Sami need a 40-minute match with John Cena and kick out of 9? So Super Cena passed the torch, and now it's Super Sami. The super part is now from Cena to Sami. Like, wow. I don't know. I don't want to not like Sami, but, like, where's the joy in knowing that Sami's about to... You know how Carmelo Hayes keeps asking for a U.S. title shot? I bet Carmelo Hayes is the first victim, honestly. So now I'm supposed to, like, get behind Sami Zayn, who has a 40-minute match with Cena, kicks out of 9 things, and is going to beat Carmelo Hayes. I don't know. I'm really happy, though, that I saw John Cena. This was a great match, and I got to experience John Cena, but it was just I don't know. I wish Cena would have just fought 2 people, honestly. I wish Cena would have fought 20 minutes in the first hour and 20 minutes at the second hour, but I don't know. I'm just going to move on with my life because Super Sami, he went toe-to-toe, but it was a good match. I'm conflicted. It was a great match, and the way they've built up Sami, it makes it make sense. I'm just not on board with it. I'm not on board with this Super Sami. I'm more on board with Underdog Sami or whatever. So I don't know. Then Brock Lesnar comes out. Brock Lesnar comes out because he interferes, and it's a double DQ or something. They never actually ring the bell, but that's what happens. He comes out, he beats up Sami, he beats out John Cena, and then he walks through the curtains, and then he says. WrestlePalooza, B-word, and then he leaves. So it looks like John Cena, Brock Lesnar, fully on board. That's going to happen at WrestlePalooza. And I'm sorry if you are a huge Sami Zayn fan. I do try to be positive, but I also need to be true to who I am. Sometimes I wonder if that's why I don't grow so much on the channel, because I'm kind of like, I like this guy, but not that guy, and it doesn't mesh with people's, usually what they think. Oh, well, he disagrees with me? He doesn't like Sami as much as I do? Unsubscribe. He dare says that Roman should maybe show up a little more? Unsubscribe. What? He said something. He said that Cody Rhodes not being on SmackDown is like a bad thing? Unsubscribe. I don't know. I'm just going to tell you how I feel. So then we go to Aleister Black and Damian Priest. They have a match. We do what we did like 2 or 3 weeks ago where Black attacks. Black attack. He attacks and he beats him up. And it's like, are we going to have a match? I don't know. 10 commercials, by the way. 10 commercials, 0 yawns. 0 yawns. First time ever, 0 yawns. So, my hatred for Sami, making my blood boil, made me not yawn. So thank you, Sami. I don't hate you, Sami. I still actually like you, but I'm losing interest in you as you win more and more. Anyways, Black and Priest, they fight. I think I have ADHD, by the way, if you haven't figured it out. So sorry if you I jump around sometimes. Plus the caffeine. Black and Priest, they fight. Whenever Priest gets damaged nowadays, it's like he has a concussion. He's like... he just has a concussion and this look on his face where he's like, what's going on here? And that's like half the match. That's half the match. Eventually he does recover, and he will go to like do a choke slam on the South of Heaven on Black, but Black holds the referee. He holds the referee, and that is what allows him to get out and do a Black Mass onto Priest. Once again, a kick to the head, meaning Priest is all concussed once more. And that's the match. If he was that scary of concussed, the referee should have stopped it. So I think Damian, he oversells his head injuries just a little much. Just tone it back a little. Sometimes less is more. We have a Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre montage because they're going to fight next week with a big old yellow twisted lemonade logo that's just like obnoxious. It's just, it was like we'd have Randy Orton's head. This is Randy Orton's head, and the logo was right here. So I just couldn't stop looking. I couldn't stop looking at the twisted lemonade Mike's Hard, and I guess that's what they want us to do, but it's like it was just a little in the way. If it was like straight up in the corner, I wouldn't care, but it was like right on his face, and it bugged me. But it was a good little video package, and we're gonna have that match next week. So probably Cody Rhodes returns for WrestlePalooza. You know, thanks for clocking in. Thanks for clocking in. Officially, Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes are tied for the amount of SmackDowns after SummerSlam, and Roman Reigns has more appearances for than Cody Rhodes after SummerSlam, and so does John Cena. So right now, Cody Rhodes is the guy that has showed up the least amount after SummerSlam. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Jelly Roll, I think, has appeared on WWE TV the same amount of times as Cody Rhodes. So then, let's see. We got another Jade and Tiffany promo. This time they're just in separate rooms, and Jade's like, Tiffany's like, nobody's gonna beat me. I've already won, and I'm just gonna keep winning. This title stays with me. And then they cut to Jade watching, and Jade's just like, no, I'm gonna win that title. And then Nia comes in, and she's like, what do you mean you're going to win that title? You lost already. And then Jade's like, didn't you lose too? And it's like, oh, snap. And that's it. Like, this feud sucks. This feud just sucks. Tiffany, Jade, it sucks. Adding Nia made it suck even more somehow. Like, I don't know. Like, this Tiffany vortex. But they are going to feud next week. And I'm afraid what's going to happen is Nia's going to get involved and just, like, she's just going to crash the party. And then we get to a triple threat. But I did predict the triple threat at WrestlePalooza. Then we go Meacham versus Julia. Surprise, surprise, Julia gets a match, defending her title. Of course, Meacham loses because Meacham always tries to get the U.S. title and she just never can. And yeah, Julia wins. Nothing crazy here. Julia took a pretty big head bump on a DDT during the commercial break, but she looked like she was all right. I definitely see that Julia has character. But I can definitely also see that they're not really exploring it or letting it get out. So I really hope they do something about this. And if we're going to give Julia a mouthpiece, then let the mouthpiece talk. Why are we not letting them talk? If we're not going to give her I forget the name of the person, but if we're not going to give her manager opportunity to talk, then she doesn't even need a manager. So let them fight, let them talk, let them do whatever they got to do. And then we go to, it's pretty much over at this point. Seth Rollins comes out and he introduces Becky. He's in the crowd, so he's staying away. Becky comes out and boy, is she booed. She is booed. This is the levels of boos that I love a heel should get. Becky needs to teach Seth Rollins how to get boos. You know, no chanting to begin with. You don't want to fight the cheers that you already got. You just want to get booed from the get. And it was nuclear. It was like Dom, Logan Paul, nuclear. And even worse than that. And it was great. It was beautiful. And, and I don't know why she's booed. She is the best female wrestler of all time. And that's not just me or Becky telling you that. It's Sports Illustrated saying that. Plus, she has a hot husband, right? So Becky just she's great. And that's when CM Punk comes out. And then CM Punk's like, he's hiding behind you. He hid behind Paul. And then we go to the beginning where Becky slaps him. AJ Lee comes out and it's like, woohoo, AJ Lee. And I love it. CM Punk didn't name drop, say, hey, I have friends. I can get my sister. I can get Rhea. I can get Bayley. Or I can walks outside, and then that's when AJ comes. So, yeah, conflicted. Sami Zayn match. It was a great match, but it was also super Sami. Took a lot of damage. I wish somebody else could have got put over. I really do wish someone else could. They've already put over Sami. But I guess, overall, I did enjoy myself. I did. I'm going to give this an 8. If you want to give it a 9, I could. the ending was like that spectacular. AJ Lee, I mean, 0 yawns. I probably should give it a 9. I'm just going to give it an 8 just because. 8 or 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. I had high expectations. It lived up to it. High 8. High 8. Yeah, high number 8. If Sami wouldn't have kicked out of 8, if Sami wouldn't have kicked out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, he kicked out of 9. If he wouldn't have kicked out of 9 finishes. There you go, boys and girls. I hope you don't mind my ADHD one take, one shot review. 0 yawns, 10 commercials, and do I do something else? 0 yawns? Oh yeah, 8 chops. All right, see ya, bye. Don't forget to do hot takes. See ya.